What's up guys, my name is Ace, and lately one of the biggest questions that I've been getting is I have 4,000 salvage, which epic weapon should I get? So today I'm going to be going over my current top 5 epic weapons that I feel are great candidates to spend 4,000 salvage on. Keep in mind with this video, I'm only focusing on variants that can be crafted, so nothing from the Quartermaster collection and nothing from the Mission Team collection. Let's get into it. Alright guys, before we hop into the list here, I do want to say that the epic variants aren't always your best choice when it comes to a particular gun, especially when you're looking at everybody's different playstyles. Oftentimes, the legendary, the rare, or even the commons can be better for you and your particular playstyle than the epic counterpart of that particular gun. Just looking at most of the classes that I currently use, there are very few epic weapons on those classes, even though I do have the epic variants of the guns that I'm using. If you guys are interested in checking out a video I did a while back but still applies today about my top 10 underrated common and rare variants, I will leave a link up on the screen here, or a card up on the screen. You can click that and go check out that video. I'd highly recommend this. It could save you a ton of salvage in the future. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get into this list. Keep in mind, of course, this is my personal opinion based on my preferences, my playstyles, and my overall experience with the game, so there might be some people that disagree, but that's totally fine. Kicking it off with number 1 on my list, we have the Earad Cyclopian. This gun is just so unique, it doesn't behave like the other Erads out there, it's its own gun, and I feel like it's an experience that everyone should have on their account. All of the other Erad variants, even the Cerberus, they're all pretty similar. They all behave pretty much the same. They've got little perks though that change things up just slightly, whereas the Cyclopian is a completely unique and new experience. And this is why I feel you would definitely be missing out if you don't have the Cyclopian, and I'd highly recommend spending 4,000 salvage on it if you're looking for an SMG to spend salvage on. One thing to keep in mind with the Cyclopian though, is it doesn't kill as fast as the base Erad. And even though I've had the Cyclopian for quite some time, when I'm building an Erad class, most of the time I'm not using the Cyclopian. I'll use any one of the other variants. And the simple reason for this is the Cyclopian is a bit of a niche gun. It's really neat in the way that it works and everything, and it still is quite a good gun. I'm not saying you can't do very well with it, but statistically it doesn't kill as fast as the base Erad, and it's not as consistent as the base Erad in my opinion. Keep in mind I am also speaking from the perspective of core game modes, not tactical and not hardcore. So even though I'm saying it's not the best Erad variant out there, I would say it's still something that you should absolutely drop 4,000 salvage on. Just keep in mind, if you're one of those players that always runs a suppressor on their class, you might not like the Cyclopian because you can't use a suppressor. Getting into number 2 on my list, if you're somebody that likes to rank up a lot, I would go with the Volt Corruption. The Volt Corruption gives you that Mo Money weapon perk, which gives you plus 50 XP for every single kill that you get. And that really adds up quickly. If you think about it, if you play just Team Deathmatch for instance, you're getting 100 XP per kill normally. Now with the Corruption, you get 150 XP per kill. So you're essentially ranking up approximately 50% faster, not a full 50% faster because there's other XP things that go into ranking up, not just kills. But you are going to be ranking up very noticeably faster. And if you don't already have the Volt Corruption or the Volt Corruption Mark II, which I do, and you're somebody that likes to grind and level up, I would say it's something you should definitely have unlocked for yourself. Moving on to number 3, this is the EBR Bomber. Again, this is another situation where you have that unique sort of gun. It doesn't behave like the base, but in this case, I would say the EBR Bomber is significantly better than all of the other EBR variants. At least that's my opinion. With the EBR Bomber, you're going to be getting a lot more consistent one-shot or one-burst kills than you would get with any of the other EBR variants. Plus, if you like the P06 from Black Ops 3, which I really do, then you'll love this gun. It's got that little bit of a charge-up time before you fire, but when you fire, it fires a really fast 3-round burst that does a lot of damage. Now sticking with the sniper category, for number 4 on my list, this is the DMR Spectacle. Now the base DMR seems to be kind of confused. It's in an area where it's supposed to be like a marksman rifle where it's generally going to be a 2-shot kill, but it still aims down sight really slow and it kind of behaves like the other sniper rifles in the game when it comes to handling. The DMR Spectacle takes it to where this actually should be in my mind, which is a proper marksman rifle. It allows you to aim down sight a little bit faster, you don't need to zoom in quite as far, and you can get those 2-shot kills much quicker and much more consistently with this gun. In my mind, this is one of those variants that does significantly improve over the base variant of the gun. Now before we get into the final epic variant on our list, I just have an honorable mention, and this is for the hardcore players out there. I'm sure you guys already know this. This is the NV4 Flatline. If you're a core player, I would say don't bother spending your salvage on the Flatline if you don't have it already, because it's got a slower rate of fire than the base NV4, and also you're getting infinite range with it, but the base NV4 already has excellent range properties, and therefore in a lot of the situations you're going to find yourself in, the base NV4 is noticeably better than the Flatline. The exception comes when we move to Hardcore. In Hardcore, the Flatline is a one-shot kill at any range, even with a suppressor equipped. And when you combine this with the very low recoil of the NV4, this is very clearly one of the best variants in Hardcore game modes, and if you play a lot of Hardcore, you should absolutely have this gun. So finally, moving on to number 5 for my top 5 epic variants to craft in the game right now, this is the RPR Bosuzoku. This is a variant that was locked in the Quartermaster collection for a very long time, and it's quite solid. And that means, unfortunately, we haven't really been able to craft it until a little while ago. I guess that was probably a month or two ago now. But if you guys haven't crafted this variant yet, and you're looking for something to spend salvage on, it's an excellent choice to be spending that salvage on. You get a great headshot multiplier, but the thing is, that headshot hitbox is now located in the groin, not on the head. Which is another bonus, because if you're shooting towards the groin and you get flinched up off of target, or the recoil takes you up, it just takes you into the body and you just continue getting your kill. Whereas with headshots, you would be flinched up into the air above your enemy and it would most likely get you killed. Combine this with the fact that you get slightly better accuracy with that stability weapon perk, and the Bosuzoku is an excellent RPR variant. I would say definitely the top RPR variant in the game. And with that, we're going to wrap up today's video. I'd like to know in the comment section below, are there any other epic variants that are craftable that you would add to this list that you feel that everybody should have in the game, or that is definitely worth spending 4,000 salvage on? If you do, make sure you let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.